Hi guys, how's it? In the name of Christ, how you doing? It's Karabo. I hope you're good. I hope you're peachy. I hope you're stellar, and I hope you're in a neat little bunch. Yeah, anyway, yeah, hope all is good, that ends well. What's up? Let me just put some caveats out there. Okay, it's the 25th of January 2024. I already recorded a video in the wee hours of this morning much earlier, but I'm doing another one now because I just need to come here and speak one. Never mind, I want to speak. Anyway, caveats, my captions, they're not always accurate, so please look out for that. I don't have an editor, anybody to help me along, and they're also irreverent for God, but I keep them there because I think they're cute, so we're just gonna stick with them. And then I may or may not be wearing application makeup. If I am, it's gonna be bouncing up and down, so look out for that. My hair, we have the spritz. I did say that I was gonna add that segment. This is carrot, mango, and some aloe, maybe even cranberry juice that I've decided to spritz on my hair. Homemade, so it stays in the fridge. I've just decided to like hook it up on my hair to see what's gonna be the difference after some time, like as a daily moisturizer, without really bringing down my protective style. Speaking of the protective style, of which looks a lot better after a dug has been on it, right? Anyway, let me just spritz my kitchen really smooth, like it makes it feel soft. I don't know, carrots make kitchens soft. It's called a kitchen, like the nape. Anyway, the plan is not to go extreme with this every day, just like surface level moisture type establishment thing. Okay, I'm supposed to take this back to the fridge, but I'm just like seriously not feeling the prospect of going now. But then what, like it literally smells like carrots. Anyway, maybe it's gonna help my hair grow. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to be consistent and maintain it, especially considering I gotta like get up and send it to the kitchen and stuff. And I can't just let it sit here for like the whole time that I'm talking. Except I'm gonna do that today because I'm feeling really trashy. I'm always feeling trashy, but now we've got the smell of carrots everywhere. Okay, so this is my hair thingy. Yeah, what exactly is going on? It's my head scratcher. What's going on? I don't know, yo. I don't know. I really don't know. I do not know what's happening. I do not know. Even in the slightest. I wanted to redo my twists, but I'm just not trying to touch my hair like proper. I'm leaving it alone. Okay, so yeah. I really don't know what to believe. What's happening? Like I have no clue. I don't know what to believe in. Like I often wonder if I was not put in this position, if I'd be looking out so much for the second coming. I can't have that be my only hope, or the rapture, which is, yeah, there's too much evil, too much horribleness, just too much nasty going on everywhere, and I don't know why people still think we all have a future here. Then again, you know, people are able to just live life as normal when they're okay. I keep seeing hellfire, y'all, like just people being just sent there. Like last night I got this like barrage of such imagery of hellfire. Anyway, I'm not well. I'm not feeling okay. I'm hurting. I'm under attack. I keep getting harassed, and I don't really know when it's gonna stop. But this is me coming to daily just record my progress. I really don't know. Night before last, or yesterday, day before yesterday, night before last, depending really how you want to look at it. But day before yesterday, no, not day before yesterday. Yesterday, not today. Yeah, not today. But yesterday, when I woke up, you know that space between waking up and being in dream space. Yeah, it's very active with dreams and stuff. It's very active with what do you call this? Do I have a pimple there? Oh goodness, whatever. It's very active with activity. You get my point, okay? And as I was coming out of it, I heard the Holy Spirit say, it came on them like a thief in the night. It's like it came on them like a thief in the night. It came on them like a thief in the night. And I was like, what? What came on them like a thief in the night? What? Well, I mean, there's only one thing that comes like a thief in the night. It's the day of the Lord, scripturally, biblically. But I'm so flattened because, yo, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what's happening. I don't know. I do not know. All I know is that this country is filthy. This here, South Africa, if all countries in the world are anything like what's going on here, everybody must just prepare to go into the rapture. I am, however, aware that there have been people all throughout the ages that have imagined that this was it, you know? Yeah. They've been saying it's the last days. It's the last days, and I mean, while it is the last days, and I believe that, I just don't know how last days it is. But it's very hard for a person in my position to look at anything else. A person in my position, it's hard for them to look anywhere but there. You know what I mean? Because where am I going? I don't know why this is my life. Like, I really don't understand why God has allowed me to go through so much more than the regular Christian in this country. I just don't know why do I have to be so harassed sexually by men? Hey Joe, I mean, I know they generally feel entitled to Christian women manipulatively, but why is it so bad with me? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Anyway, look, anybody that goes through a lot of trauma, their case will always be special. To them, it's gonna be unique to them. Yeah, but when a person is going through horror, the world's just it's just so hard to look at people living when you're living in a horror movie 24 hours a day. People have no idea what people are going through. People don't know what people are going through. Like there are people who live in a nightmare for 24 hours. I guess, yeah, look, you know, yeah, no, yeah, kidnapping, a hostage situation, a takeover, murder the seconds before it, rape, during murder, during a kidnapping, the whole duration of your hostage crisis, your situation where you're a hostage. There are literally people continuing to eat, wake up, go to school, go to work, while you just live 24 hours a day under some pretty filthy psychopaths that have decided to do whatever they want with another human being. I never imagined ever in my life that I would ever be in this kind of situation. Like, it's just so bad. It is so bad. Like, who when they're still growing up, ever plans or imagines themselves being gang raped or killed slowly or held hostage, kept in a basement by some pervert for 3 years, 4 years. I can't even begin. Like, nobody comes out of that. Okay, yo. Like, there's permanent damage, okay? Like, I'm a damaged woman, and there's no getting out of this. There's nothing that can fix me. Of course, Christ could, but yeah, this is not an experience I'm ever gonna forget. I don't think I can ever be the same woman I used to be. Like, I don't think that's coming back. I just do not think so. I do not think so, and the sad thing is, I'm being massacred by my own people, like my own. So that's what makes it even more tragic, you know? That's what makes it even more devastating. The fact that people I knew, I walked these streets with, I hung out with them, I slept in the same beds as them, I grew up in the same households as them, I attended schools with them, I worked with them. And now today I am a hostage and a victim, therefore, of all of them. That's like it, y'all. You know, when I was when I was working at MTN, there is this one colored girl that was butchered. She was murdered by her boyfriend. Friday, everybody said bye to her when she went home, and she passed away during the weekend. This guy, she had broken up with him, and he was like, you are not going to leave me and go and be somebody else's out there. I won't have it, not on my watch. So because the security guards at her complex were used to him, they knew him. When he came in, they just opened for him on some, that's the boyfriend of that girl, that's the boyfriend of that woman, and they just let him in. And in his possession was an axe. And he went into her apartment. Even the fact that she opened for him says that this chick likely did not expect that he would kill her. He went there with an axe. It takes some time to open a door with an axe, or even with your sheer force. And when you are busy axing a person to death, they scream and stuff. Well, like, you know, at some point somebody would have responded really quickly, like if the door was bashed in or whatever, like violence at the door. If she screamed, she could have been saved. But this whole situation, she was disembodied in her apartment. She was chopped up into a whole bunch of pieces in her apartment, evidencing that this woman opened for him and let him in because she didn't expect that it was the last day on earth for her. And he went in there with an axe and butchered her to death. She didn't have an axe on her own premises. He brought it. His intention was to kill her, and she so did not believe that anything of that nature could ever happen, not at this guy's hands, that she opened her apartment for him, and then he ended up axing her to death. That was such a gruesome story. And after it happened, at the time I was dating my ex, I looked at him, I told him the story, and I was like, would you ever do that to me? I don't know what made me ask him that. Because why would you ask me something like that? Why would you, what the heck? Like, Karabo, are you out of your mind? Why would you ask me if I would ever axe you to death? I guess that was just a gut feeling. I told my ex that story and then asked him, would you ever do that to me? Weird question out of nowhere, but it turns out it wasn't out of nowhere. It was reality, because I also tried to leave a relationship, and look at me being disembodied. A person that you would let into your house because you don't expect they're carrying a knife to kill you, an axe. The things that have been done to me by people I knew are shocking, and I am now traumatized and irrecoverably. Like, I will never be okay. I will never recover from this. Especially considering it wasn't just one animal that tried to kill me, or two, but almost, like, literally people my whole world has done this to me. My whole world, my family, my friends, acquaintances, former colleagues. What the heck? Yo, I don't know if there is a future, but how in the world did what happened to me happen, guys? Like, how did this happen? How did this happen? How are people still trying to put me in the ground? How are people still trying to be awkward at my funeral? How are people still trying to finish this? Like, it's just beyond me. I don't understand. I don't understand. These people are not mindless drones compelled to do wickedness by one evil man. Yes, I'm under a lot of attack by some very disgusting thing from the US. He won't stop. But then there's like a couple of other guys from the occult in this country. Just some disgusting men, cool, but like, yo, nobody's a robot. You know, people make choices. They make decisions. Nobody is a puppet on a string. These things are done by people, whether or not they're under spells. Yeah, like, people in the occult are naive to think that they're the ones running the show. My thing here with what's going on here is that why isn't it the last days? Why isn't this the very end? When you're like, literally my whole world did this to me. My whole world, everyone around me. I am not, like, I will literally never be okay again, because this is not an isolated incident, and it's also not from just one or two people. It's my whole world. Who recovers from that level of betrayal? Who recovers from so many knife wounds that were supposed to be fatal, but the person is still alive, strangely? Who recovers from that? Who? I'm literally screwed if the rapture doesn't happen. And I'm scared that it might not happen because of the fact that there have been some pretty sad stories of people's last days before they died. The pain and the agony they were in, but during the time that they were in all that agony, everybody was literally just living their lives as normal. The world was just carrying on when this person was enduring all this agony. There are people in the world that die horrible deaths, and at the time when they're being killed, literally no one is coming, and they have to live in that constant fear all the way up until they die, with not enough people sparing them a thought. And then their bodies get found, but the horrors of what they went through in the run-up to their death, nobody will ever truly understand that except for the victim. I mean, I guess I'm blessed because I'm born again, so I'm going to heaven. But the stuff that's being done to me gets done sometimes to unbelievers, so they die a horrible death only to experience a horrible eternity. And it's like, it's people around you who do this to you. How is this not the end? Explain to me. Is this not the end? But then again, you know, it's kind of narcissistic to think that it's over, the world is ending because your life is over. That's been the thing that's been causing me a great deal of confusion about what's going on. I won't be the first person to die so horribly at the hands of people they did not expect to kill them. And so I can't just assume that the world must be ending because I went through the kind of trauma that most people never get to experience. It's been happening to so many people everywhere across the ages. I'm not special. That's the problem. The issue is that I'm not special. I'm no different from any other woman that got killed by a man, any other woman that got betrayed by friends, mistreated by family, mistreated by colleagues. I won't be the first person fired from their job without a cause. I won't be the first person who died without getting justice. I won't. And with me not being the last, nor the first, I cannot therefore assume that because I'm going through this, that the world must be over. My biggest fear is that the world is not over. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, my biggest fear is that the world is not over. My biggest fear is that the world might not be ending. That we might still have another 50 years here. The thing is, I don't want to survive this. Because I don't know what's gonna come out on the other side. I don't know who I'm gonna be. I don't know what's gonna become. I don't know what the trauma is gonna achieve in a restored life. I don't know how paranoid I'm always going to be, how hard it's gonna be to trust anybody, to be normal ever again, to be the Karabo I used to be. I have dread of that prospect. I dread being restored because I dread what psychosis I might be permanently left stranded with as a result of what I went through. I just don't want to have to. I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't want to deal with a permanent scar that is going to make it impossible for me to ever be who I was. So I dread the future. I just long for this to be over. I want the world to end. Or for this to, I cannot live beyond this. Like, I can't be here. I can't stay here. I can't stay on this earth. I cannot stay here. I'm not, literally, I'll never recover. I'll never recover. I am not getting out of this. I will never recover. Perhaps I'm underestimating God's ability to heal, but this is not something a person comes out of and lives. I will be on the edge of my seat all the time. I will not trust anybody. I've just been so badly treated because I was badly treated. I've been so hard. Like, I've just been so terribly dragged through life. I've been spoken to so horribly by people that act in my presence like I'm worthless. They just drag me, like my name, who I am, no regard, just spitting on my body like I'm nothing. And then they pamper each other. The thing for me is the fact that after they did that to me, they comforted each other to get away with it. In order to make themselves feel better about having committed crimes, they had each other's backs at my expense for me to be on the receiving end of so much gang violence, because that's exactly what it is. Like, I got ganged on by my whole world. In consensus, they agreed I am worthless all of a sudden, overnight. They came to an agreement that I am to be squashed underneath feet and ignored and reviled and abandoned, neglected for years, to appear like I have no ambition. And then after doing this terrible thing, they then went one up. They did an extra thing above it, and they basically came into a pact and said the best way to survive and get away with what we did to Karabo is to all of us agree that she had it coming. So my disregard and the comprehensive abandonment of my pain and the fact that it's exceptionally extreme, that is something that they all came into agreement with as a necessary evil. To endure a person through a 24-hour heartbreak that is excruciating. I can't describe what I feel every day, all day. But it's a deep pain that I don't cry. I hold them back because it's worthless to cry. But it's been this pain going for a decade non-stop. I wake up with it, I go to bed with it. It consumes me whole every day for a very big portion of my days, and sometimes it's all day, every day. If I don't conquer it, it just consumes me whole. It makes it impossible for me to sleep. It gets exacerbated by constant attack that does not stop coming at me from people. So I'm better off when I'm left alone to feel it. But if somebody exacerbates it, I'm basically inconsolable. And that amount of heartbreak all day, every day, for 10 years, there is a band of miscreants that came in agreement that I deserve to stay in it. They have all just come in concert with each other that it's either me or them. So there's just no respect for human life, no respect for sorrow, no respect for pain, no respect for the fact that nobody lives, nobody survives this kind of a life. I am alive only because I fear God, and my fear of God has awarded me a decade of pain that's just not stopping because I have not ended it myself. So I want it to be. It can't not be over, because how does a person's whole world do this to them? It was not just some creep in a bush that pounced on a girl walking through the bush. It was not just some weirdo in an alley at night that decided to kidnap and rape a woman. It was not some murderer in a grocery store that decided to hold people hostage for 24 hours trying to get some money. It was my whole world. My whole world did this to me. So, I'm not special. That's the issue. But how is it not over when there's anyone on earth, even just one person, who has their whole world do this to them? How is it not the end of the world? How is this not the day before the rapture? How is it not? Like I said, this is not an isolated incident. How is it not the end of the world when there's anyone, even just one person on earth, that has had their whole world do this to them? Yo, I don't understand Christian persecution, how it happens, but it does, I guess. It's spirits, it's wickedness, it's darkness, it's people choosing to. Look, there are Christians in persecuting countries that get killed by their own family members because they chose Jesus. So I guess I'm kind of a spoiled brat, aren't I? Because my case is extreme for South Africa, but there's plenty of dead Iranians, dead Yemenis, men and women, killed by their own friends and family members, exposed by their own environment as having chosen Jesus, and so they got killed. Those are people whose whole world turned on them. So I guess I'm not unique. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'm just one of those now. I'm just any good old-fashioned dead Muslim convert to Christianity in a hostile country. Because yeah, this has happened, but not in countries like mine. But it's happened before, where a person's entire world just does this to them because they chose Jesus. yeah, it's just I guess the weird thing, the anomaly, the outlier. The difference is the fact that this is South Africa. It's not supposed to be happening here, but then again, the country hates Israel. The country's corrupt. It's fallen apart. The country loves witchcraft. It's only a matter of time before a country like that starts to persecute Christians the way that Middle Eastern countries persecute Christians, the way that China, the way that North Korea persecutes Christians, Pakistan, India. It's only a matter of time when a country is that fallen, far gone, when a country hates God that much, when it's acting like it loves God but it doesn't. It's only a matter of time before some Christians there start to experience the kind of extremity in persecution that you find only in certain countries, like in the Middle East. I'm shocked out of my mind. Perhaps I should listen to testimonies of people who have come out of a situation like mine and still went on and became wives and mothers to see that maybe it's possible. I guess there is a character in the Bible that went through, I guess, hell on earth, and it appeared that there was no getting out of that post-traumatic stress, but he got out. Joseph, he was thrown into slavery by his own brothers, worked under Potiphar, and then got accused of rape, of attempted rape by Potiphar's wife. He then spent time in prison after having been first made a slave, and he just took in his stride that his brothers are carrying on with life as normal back in Canaan or whatever, while he is living the life of a prisoner in a foreign country. They had all just forgotten him, just like me. And that is not a pain you ever forget. You don't ever forget your former life, the people that you used to love and hang with. You don't forget that. You don't. It hurts to remember what you used to have now that you've lost it. And you've lost it ule innocent. It's not like you were irresponsible. So it always lingers a pain in your heart. And when people are throwing insult into those injuries, acting like you're worthless, speaking about you and to you like you're nothing, when you're already going through too much, it's not a pain you forget. It is not a pain you forget. You do not forget it, I promise. It just lingers and lingers. But Joseph ultimately got given the wife, the children. And after his first child was born, he named that child Manasseh. And the name Manasseh means the Lord has made me forget the pain of my father's household. I will name him Manasseh because the Lord has made me forget the pain of my father's household. Joseph went through that, and he was able to forget. I don't know how it's possible. Just the psychological damage of that much abuse, that much abandonment, that much neglect, that much separation from family because they chose to separate themselves from you, and that much moving on with their lives as normal while you suffer that mold, just to have to deal with that for years on end with just an extremity of pain. And every so often somebody adding insult to those injuries by continuing to speak about how you're worthless, you're nothing, you're nowhere, you're unambitious, you are unskilled, you are a waste of talent, you are a waste of intelligence, you are worthless. While you are down like that, they just keep spitting on you like that. I don't know who forgets that. But Joseph did, didn't he? He forgot. It happened. So if God could do it for Joseph, then I guess he can do it for me. There are two women from Iran that moved to the US. They have a ministry together. They got arrested and were treated pretty terribly in Iran. They defected to the US, and now today are living pretty good lives. I think they married and everything with children. So it is possible to go through that kind of trauma and be okay. I don't see it though. How is this the world and it not be over? Then again, like I said, I'm not special. So because I'm not special, I can't assume that because my life is so hard that it must be over. But I will confess that I desire strongly that it should be, because I dread PTSD. I dread the trauma of the future. I dread never being able to bounce back ever again. That's what I dread. So I really desperately want it to be true that the rapture is at the door. I do. I want to believe that we're going home and that this is not getting fixed, but that God is going to fix it through tribulation and then second coming. But what if that's not it? Must I be subjugated to the tyranny of living with the shock of what my whole world almost did to me but failed? Can a person recover from this level of betrayal? I don't know. I guess time will tell. But right now I'm exhausted and I keep getting attacked. It's like 24 hours now. Like even when I try to heal, recover myself, I just get pounced on again. Last night I came here and I spoke at 1 a.m. in the morning and it helped a little bit. I was able to somewhat sleep even though I struggled entirely, and then I got attacked in the morning when I went in the house. Like, it just keeps going and going. But I located, thank God, some headphones. So now every time I go in the kitchen, I just put these in my ear and I play something loud on a phone that sometimes dies, nje. Yeah, so that I don't have to listen to a person that's just constantly going and going about how worthless I am, about how irrevocable I am, how I'm done for. Like I said, the people that are busy chopping up my body are people I never expected would ever chop up my body, just like that colored chick from MTN. Anyway, that is the story of my life. All is not lost though. It's not like I am being harassed by everything here or everyone, but for me one is enough. Yeah, it's not the whole world around me that's crashing like that, but just the fact that I have no protection. Nobody stands up for me. Nobody corrects a situation when I'm in it. I just have to just keep going through it. Like, yeah, that's all I can do. What I'm trying to explain is that it doesn't matter that not everyone is on my neck, because all it takes is one person to make me like this. I don't have the emotional capacity, and I've been dealing for years. I've been surviving for years with a lot of pain, with strategies that I employ. And this time around, my strategies are not working because the person won't down tools. I cannot foster peace. I cannot be left alone successfully. I don't know what to do. I can't be in this amount of pain all day, every day though. I need to find a way around it, but these earphones, they should do the job. So let's see how that works. Anyway, yeah, look, that's all I gotta say. I did say that I didn't want to be here long every day. I've already been speaking now for like 42 minutes, so I've overstayed my welcome. I'm done with these laborious long sermon-y messages. I'm just coming here to check in, clock in, make it known that I'm here, I'm human. Because at the end of the day, if the rapture is not happening, I'm still trying to leave South Africa. And there's no way that's gonna happen if I don't keep coming here every day. I'm signing out in Christ's name, Crank. Bye.